What's up, Savvy Expats? Today we are with the man, Mart. Mart, it's a pleasure to have you on, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Mart, this is an interesting case because he's also a past client of mine hailing from Texas, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, so Mart came from Texas, got him moved out here to the Philippines. He's currently staying in BGC. So like I always say, it's interesting seeing you on call like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
Not that long ago,
quick,
and then now we're basically neighbors in BGC, and we're gonna be seeing each other more often. But yeah, I mean, is it cool if you just tell us a little bit more about yourself, Martin, where you came from and what you were doing back in the States?
Right. So a little bit about myself. I was born in the Philippines. Moved to Hawaii when I was 2. Then when I was 17, I joined the Marine Corps, and that got me stationed out to California. And then did that for 5 years, and then stayed in California for a few more years, and then finally moved out to Austin, Texas, where I was working at Samsung as a technician. So I worked on the semiconductor field for a little bit, and then within those like 10 years, I've been on and off day trading. That's kind of what pushed me to move to the Philippines for a better time frame, and it's a little bit cheaper here, so that helped me a little bit more to move out here.
Right. How has moving to the Philippines affected like your work?
Right, so in the States, I trade the Euro USD, which is the European dollar to the American dollar. And with the UK times, I start trading I have to wake up in the States at 2 a.m. versus here, I can start trading at 2 p.m. So it's literally a night and day difference.
Right. So I mean, living out here in the Philippines, I'm sure your sleep schedule is a lot easier to manage.
Oh, for sure.
With your work.
Yep. So now I can wake up at like 9 or 10. Go to the gym, eat breakfast, and get myself situated way before I start trading the markets. Versus in the States, I force myself to wake up at like 2 a.m. and having to find a ritual, which was a little bit more difficult waking up at 2 a.m. versus waking up at 9 or 10 a.m.
Absolutely, hands down. I mean, when you come out here and you have that, I guess you actually have a normal routine, you could say.
Yeah.
Instead of being like a night owl watching the markets.
Right.
I mean, I hate to say it, but it does sound kind of like, I'm sure the money's good, but it does sound kind of depressing being up at like 2 a.m.
Right.
It's dark and you're just looking at candlesticks for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
But I'm sure like coming out here to the Philippines, it at least helped mentally with that as well. Yeah.
Because even in the markets, in the States, you don't want to be staring at the market the entire time. But here, I can put notifications and go to the gym at noon and wait for the prices to get to my zone. And then in the States, I'm like, what am I going to do at like 3 in the morning? There's nothing to occupy my attention.
Right. And so initially, you were in Texas before you moved out here to the Philippines.
Yep.
What was it like living in Texas? What was your life like back there as far as rent and cost of living?
Right. So cost of living was pretty insane, honestly. I think so. I live with my brother, and together we split, I believe, $2,200. So $2,200 split $1,100 each. Versus here, I'm paying about $700. So
wow.
Yeah. So
$700 for rent.
Right. So I think for me, the difference in prices between the States and here is probably 75% in BGC.
Yeah, and that's like the most expensive city.
Right.
We're in the most expensive city in the Philippines, yet you're able to save so much more.
Right.
That's amazing, man. And so I'm sure like even just seeing how much you're saving here, plus you have a better routine, overall improve your lifestyle.
Yep, 100%.
That's amazing. And was there any like, you're a young guy,
right.
Filipino like myself, Phil Am. What made you want to move to the Philippines? What was your motive?
The time zone was better, and getting my dual citizenship would be easier than other countries in Asia.
Right, and so when you were making that switch to move over here to the Philippines and transition here, in those planning stages, would you say that there was like any bottlenecks or struggles of planning your move to the Philippines?
Right. I think planning to the Philippines was probably getting a place to stay, because trying to navigate everything myself was quite difficult, especially so I don't know what it is in other places other than BGC, but in BGC they want you to have 12 PDCs, which is the checks.
Right.
And as an American, I don't have a bank here, so there's no way for me to get those PDCs.
Exactly. Yeah, I noticed that So basically, here in BGC, they require you, or in the Philippines, they require you to get post-dated checks to pay your rent.
Right.
Like that's Stone Age type.
Right.
Stone Age type of way to pay your rent out here, which is a hassle for many expats because you come out here, even as like Phil M's,
Right.
you come out here, we don't have a bank
No
account.
banks, right?
Right, and you have to get your ACR card if you don't have your dual citizenship or Filipino citizenship.
Yep.
So even just renting in the initial stages as a foreigner is a hassle.
Right.
But that brings me to ask, what made you want to use my services and our guidance as opposed to just giving it a shot yourself?
Right. So I mean, I've seen the interviews with other expats that Evan has helped, and it made it simpler as far as having boots on the ground, looking at units for you. And I worked with Sheila personally, and she recorded all the interactions with the people that were renting out, and took pictures for me and asked what I wanted in a unit and what was like the priorities in those units. And it was a pretty quick back and forth responses, even
Right.
with the time difference. So it really helped a lot.
Right, like the specific deliverables that you
Right.
wanted.
Like the fast internet,
Exactly.
the little balcony I actually wanted. So it was just little things that they took into account whenever I was looking for a unit.
Nice. And if you don't mind me asking, how was the experience working with us?
Oh, it was great because, I mean, anything I needed, they answered right away. Even with the time difference, as I say, it was really good. So I would definitely recommend their services.
Oh, I appreciate that, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, last question. I know you have to go
Yeah.
soon. Last question is, what's your plan now living in the Philippines?
Right. So now I'm still getting myself situated as I'm only been here for like 2 months, but I do want to see more of the country. So next week I'm planning a trip to Boracay, and then maybe after that Surigao, because Evan recommended it, so I'll go check that place out.
Yeah, great place to surf. Good nightlife scene there as well. But yeah, I appreciate you hopping on
Yes, sir.
the channel, Mart, and it was a pleasure working with you as well. But we'll be seeing each other a lot more. If you guys enjoyed this video and you're looking to move to the Philippines within the next 1 to 4 months, we can situate the entire A to Z logistics of your move for you and your transition, just like we did with Mart. So if you're interested in that, book a call with us in the link down below, and I'll see if you're a good fit to work with us. Other than that, appreciate your time, Mart,
Sir.
and it was a pleasure having you on, man.
Thank you.